If you've been watching this channel for a while, you would know that China is coming and coming fast. But what exactly are their plans and how many cars did they sell outside of China last year? Well, the numbers are fascinating because the majority of the car sales globally coming from China are coming from one company. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans. I'm coming to you here from Melbourne, Australia. It is 2:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Yep, it's the weekend. But if you've got to know, you've got to know. Now, big shout out to my Patreon supporters of the channel. Really appreciate what you do. You make it possible for me to expose Legacy Auto for their crimes against humanity. I can't believe I just said that, but actually it's kind of true. Gas vehicles, diesel, they're polluting the atmosphere and polluting your lungs, believe it or not. We are actually dying and getting cancer from petrol, gas, diesel. So the point of this channel, right, is to make them do what Elon has tried to do. Get everyone to transfer to electric cars sooner, faster, quicker. So big shout out. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate what you do. It means a lot. Helps me to make more videos. The more videos I make, the more people can find out about what's actually happening and just start to buy electric cars, start to support the movement. These were the top 5 2021 Chinese vehicle exporters. Car News China reports that Chinese car exports rose 100% year on year, doubled in 2021 to a record 2 million units. Passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, and new energy vehicles accounted for 1.61 million, 402,000, and 310,000 units, respectively, according to the China Association of Automotive Manufacturers. These numbers, to be honest, they're not that impressive, only just over 2 million. However, a swathe of different Chinese automakers have announced that within the next 12 months, they will be exporting their vehicles globally, setting up shop in many different countries around the world. So who were they? But first, we'll get to what happened in 2021. The 5th highest exporting company was Changan Automobile. Their exports rose 114.3% year on year. And Changan exported 110,000 vehicles. Models such as the CS75 Plus were the most popular in overseas markets. It came in first to export Chinese brands to Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Peru, and Bolivia. In 4th place was Geely. I'm surprised that Geely was in 4th place. I thought that they would have exported a lot more vehicles than they actually did. The cumulative export volume in 2021 reached 115,000 for Geely. That's a 58% increase from 2020. In particular, Lynk & Co delivered 11,600 cars to the European market. Currently, Geely has 227 sales and after-sales outlets overseas. Remember, Geely owns Volvo and Polestar as well, who currently do make electric cars. Obviously, Polestar is an electric-only brand, and Volvo plans to be within the next 5 years. In addition, Geely plans to export 600,000 vehicles by 2025 to Belt and Road countries in Eastern Europe. I thought they were going to say Australia because here in Victoria, our Premier actually signed up to the Belt and Road, which is a pretty dodgy Chinese scheme, and he was forced to back out of it by our president or our prime minister. Anyway, those countries include Eastern Europe, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America. They also plan on building over 600 overseas sales outlets around the world and entering the European and the Asia-Pacific new energy vehicle markets to sell their electric cars. China's Belt and Road Initiative aims to accelerate the economic integration of Asian, European, and African countries along the route of the historic Silk Road to build peace through trade and economics. Actually, that's not true. That's a load of baloney that plans on taking over the world and basically moving manufacturing from whatever country it's in now to China, which it is what it is. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying what it is. Currently, 71 countries are taking part in the Belt and Road Initiative, accounting for more than 1/3 of the world's gross domestic product and 2/3 of the world's population. Essentially, the Chinese are giving them loans, giving them stuff in order to get their commerce and trade. or take over their commerce and trade. Geely leveraged the Belt and Road countries because open collaboration is the automobiles industry's path to win the future, or the Chinese automobiles industry's path to win the future anyway. The BRI is a concept of interconnection and common prosperity, they say. To achieve a brighter future for China's automotive industry, we must be open, inclusive, and collaborative with the rest of the world, according to Geely's CEO, Li Shufu. Now, whatever the case, and whatever you think about the Belt and Road Initiative, as you can see, I'm fairly cynical on the Belt and Road Initiative. The truth is that what is going to happen is that Chinese companies are going to be exporting their cars to this 2/3 of the world who are part of the Belt and Road Initiative. That's going to happen within the next 10 years. If you're Legacy Auto and you really don't think this is going to affect you, then you are just retarded. Number 3. Great Wall Motors. Their exports rose 103.7%. In particular, they started to smash the Australian car sales market, rising up the ranks to start to take a real hold in our market here. Great Wall Motors overseas sales exceeded 140,000 units. For a small company, that's a big number. That accounts for 11.1% of all sales volumes in 2021. Up to now, its cumulative overseas sales volume has exceeded 900,000 units in over 170 countries. Now, surprising to me, number 2 was Chery. Chery's exports rose 136.3%. 2021 was the 20th anniversary of Chery's going overseas, with annual exports approaching 270,000 vehicles. Chery plans to export 500,000 vehicles to achieve an export profit of 5 billion RMB, or $786 million by 2025, which means a quarter of Chery's 2025 sales will come from overseas markets. Number 1, SAIC. SAIC's exports rose 80% year on year. SAIC Motor exported 700,000 vehicles in 2021, meaning more than the next 4 behind them combined. For every 3 Chinese cars sold overseas, 1 is from SAIC. In particular, the brand that absolutely smashed our Australian market last year was MG. Why do they smash our market? Because they sell the most affordable electric car here in Australia. MG's brand's overseas sales reached 360,000 units, accounting for 15% of SAIC's total export sales. They're not stopping here. They've got more electric cars coming very soon to more markets around the world. Newer Chinese automakers are making big moves though. These include Xpeng, NIO, Li Auto, and most importantly, BYD. Newer automakers, including those companies, exported a total of 100,000 vehicles. All of those electric, with the European market becoming their expansion target. According to its CEO, by the end of 2022, NIO plans to expand to at least 6 European markets. Xpeng plans to launch in Sweden, Denmark, and the Netherlands this year, and 25 countries by the end of next year. BYD is following suit. In May 2021, NIO announced the Norway strategy to enter the Norway market that plans to deliver 7,000 ES6 and ES8 electric vehicles within the next 12 months. In July, the first batch of ES8 vehicles was shipped from Shanghai to Norway. Then in August, Xpeng sent the first batch of its flagship model Xpeng P5 long-range smart sedans from Guangzhou to Norway. In addition, BYD has already shipped a bunch of cars there. I'm part of the BYD owners group on Facebook for Norway. Just thought I'd join up to find it interesting to see some of the cars and the pictures they were showing. Very interesting. A lot of users have used their LFP blade battery powered vehicles in the snow, and they seem to be doing quite well. So as you can see, the Chinese are coming, and boy, are they coming soon. Legacy Auto will not know what hit them. They're going to get hit hard. They're getting hit hard in their home market of China right now. Legacy Auto sales are declining in China, while these new brand sales are dramatically increasing. I expect to see the same trend happening all across the world every single year for the next 15 to 20 years. What does that mean? By 2030, I think 50% of the global auto market will come from China. Come from China, what I mean is be vehicles made in China, exported all around the world. Whether they're made by Tesla or made by BYD, whatever. It doesn't make much difference, does it? The point is, most vehicles will be manufactured in China by the end of this decade. Make sure you check out my video talking about my predictions for 2030. I'll put that link in the description below. Have a great day. Let me know what you think, by the way. Let me know, am I right here? Am I wrong? Am I exaggerating? What do you think is going to happen? Would you consider buying a Chinese electric car if it was, say, 20% cheaper than something from another company? Or if you didn't have a whole lot of choice, really, because a lot of countries right now don't. And that is where disruption is happening, isn't it? Legacy Auto, they're not prepared for electric cars. But China, they are. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.